So to happen these three functions to be in a project, what is the most important thing is the communication. So the communication between these three, coordination, direction, coordination and control, plays an important role. If there is no communication, or here and there is a communication gap, communication not only the oral, even in terms of a real communication, if it is not there, then even you may not be able to direct the subordinates or direct the contractors or direct your supervisors or whatever. The communication plays an important role in conducting the direction, coordination, as well as the control of the project. So for that, whether it is a formal communication, informal communication, or a written communication, or getting the feedback, getting the feedback. So organization of work, people and workplace with a communication orientation need to be there. Selection and installation of appropriate communication devices should be there. Whatever the communication media you want to establish for your project completion or project progress, the project review and coordination meeting at predetermined frequency need to be, a meeting of a communication need to be called. Everything is based on communication. If you are not able to communicate properly to complete your project, then you may not be able to coordinate or direct the things. So predetermined document distribution matrix need to be done. Establishing the healthy attitude towards the communication by appropriate directions. Installing the structured reporting system, that is through the communication, like how the things will be informed to the, for you people through the class coordinator. Again, class coordinator is connected to the department. So whatever, so the communication path need to be set for coordinating all set of complex activities of a project. You need to predetermine what system of a communication you are going to follow. So frequently the meeting should be called to update and to get the feedback and all other things. So establishing the healthy attitude towards the communication by appropriate direction. Installing the structured reporting systems, implementing the routine communication systems and procedures, and establishing the control room, running an in-house magazine. So what part of a work has been completed, everyone should be aware of, for which objective you are working for, what is the status, where what part of a work has been completed. Everyone should be aware that only the top management should be aware and all others will be working on the direction. No, not such of a management will be followed in successful completion. Each and every worker, whether he is in a top level or whether he is at the lower level of the management of the project, everyone should be aware of the objective for what they are working for, what is the status, what is their contribution toward for that project. So such kind of communication need to be established. Only then you will be able to complete within time. That performance indicators yesterday we have discussed about. So the project should not time overrun and cost overrun. So that those are the performance measuring these things. So establishing the control room, then running an in-house magazine. So weekly or every 15 days, magazine in-house magazine need to be released. so that everyone will be aware, because there are so many sections of a project. When you go for small to the medium scale projects, so many sections, everyone will be aware of where they are standing for and towards what they have to work for. So there is an example which project is coming. Each and every worker photo will be put on through the presentation. You will understand, using the desktop communication for a communication, using the desktop computers for a communication also. So nowadays everything is through the digital media, through the mail, or through the whatever the communication group you are using, through the WhatsApp groups or something like that. So the communication channel has to be set, or through the, so that you will be able to complete the coordination, direction, and control of the project. So communication plays an important role for doing all three functions of your project. So that need to be well established, well channelized, whom to report, who, and through what mode, whether it is in a written form
Screen
or
is
a
not visible.
communication is in a.
Ma'am.
Yes, tell me.
Screen is not visible, madam.
Voice is not visible.
Not madam.
Presentation.
Screen, madam. Screen.
Screen. Yeah, just 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Yeah, now you can. Now you can see the screen. Okay.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Just, yeah, wait. No, I have started the recording, I think so. Present screen I have not done. Okay, just wait. Very simple diagram is there. Yes, now you can see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, yesterday in the very first class of 5th unit, we have discussed about direction, coordination, and control. No? To channelize everything, we need a direction, we need a coordination, and we need a controlling also. To happen all these functions, what is the most essential thing? Through what we can connect all these things, all the three functions of a project? Only by communication. Yes or no? How I will be able to reach you? So through the communication. What is the mode we have selected? Now to reach the students through the online mode. So the Google Meet. So like this, what kind of a communication channel they are using? So what thing need to be in a written format? What should go through the oral communication? Who has to report to whom? This when we have done, in the beginning itself we have done, what should be the communication flow? Through what we have done, tell me? In the second unit? So the communication we have established in the beginning only. Through what channel? Through what we have defined this communication. Who has to report to whom? How the communication has to flow? We have defined in the second unit itself. What is that? What is that? Through the organizational chart. Yes or no? So we have discussed in the second unit through the organization chart. Why the organization chart need to be defined in the beginning itself? That gives the clear direction of communication flow from top level to the bottom level, again getting the feedback also. So the same thing here, what type of a communication system you are using? What is your documentation required for the direction, coordination, and control? what selection and installation of appropriate communication devices. So whether you are communicating day to day, or you are communicating weekly, calling the meeting, or you are installing, you are forming some of the groups to communicate to the faster rate by using the digitalized apps and all. So, so that channel needs to be formatted, that needs to be finalized. So that, and the project review and the coordination meeting, apart from all day-to-day communication, project review and meetings will be called either weekly or 15 days in a once, so that you will be able to know the status where we are in, towards what we are proceeding with the project. So that communication plays an important role for coordinating all these three functions of a project. Even getting the feedback is also through the communication or communication itself. The reporting system need to be finalized. So the drawing, documentation and everything need to be signed with the higher authorities, equipment issues. So all the billing, budgeting, so that communication need to be done with a, that channel need to be set for a coordination or for the direction of the project. So the next, is it clear? Communication is required, it need to be channelized. If communication is not channelized, what happens, tell me? If communication is not channelized, what happens? Each and every one's contribution is very, very important for completion of the project. Whether I told you, whether he is of in a higher level management or a lower level management. Earlier we were using the thumb system of management in the olden days. So according to the directions of a top level manager or the owner of that industry, everything used to go. But here you should make everyone aware that to get the effective work done from your subordinates, you are not calling them as a workers. To get the effective work done from your subordinates, first you should make them aware what is the objective of that project, towards what they are working for, and how it is going to help the society, and what is the return we are getting from that, so that everyone will get motivated towards the work what they are working for. Similarly, that payment also need to be done. So that is the, so the communication plays an important role in doing all these three functions of project. So next one is, so we are using the computerized real-time information processing. So instead of sending the hard copies and all, everything will be fed into the system, whatever day to day or on a weekly basis, so that wherever or whatever the section or whoever is changing from that place or getting promoted or getting relieved, so we'll get updated by what is the status of that project. Project manager, then you are able to see the diagram. I have made it full screen. So nowadays the communication is happening through the computerized real-time information. So many softwares are available for so many projects, and many n number of softwares through that. The bank, whether it is a banking system or whether it is an industry or whether it is a small business or whether it is a hospitals, everywhere we are making use of the computers for the information processing or a here is one of the system what we are following. Here also you can go with a number of systems, but one of the examples of the information processing is this one. So you are able to read the flow diagram. Are you able to see?
No, ma'am, it's not visible.
You are not able
Not
to see?
visible, ma'am.
I made my screen totally the bigger one. You are able to read what is the written below the block diagrams? It is nothing but a data collection. So project manager is connected to the system. Engineering coordinator is also there. Procurement coordinator is there. And construction coordination is there. So he will be directly connected to the central computer. From the central computer, planning database, cost database, like how you are collecting all the information. If you're doing one event, so the entries will be through your online groups, what you are using, through the WhatsApp groups, or the payment will be through the channelized way. It goes directly to the such kind of channels you need to do. So each one will be sitting, whatever the sections are there of our organization chart. So all those are connected to the main system, engineering, main digital system. So here we are classifying that into a project manager will be a separate section, project manager, engineering coordinator, procurement for purchase coordinator, and construction coordinator. All these four main coordinators are directly connected to the central computer system. So that will be there in your MD or a director house. Again, through that system, so the planning database will be collected cost, then drawings, equipments, material, technical database, all that is connected to the central computer system. So from the other end, so the direct data computer at the source, this is all a real-time practice what we are, how we are collecting the data, how we are collecting the question papers, how your marks will be fed into the systems, how you are able to get the results. We are following some set of information, marks collection, marks, your result, announcement, and all that set of things. So similarly, they are following one set of computerized information processing system. So it is just an example. So direct data computer at the source and data feed through the workstations, different workstation data will be fed, and that is again connected to data feed through the remote work stations, and it will be connected to the main central computer itself. So that will be there with the main top level management system. So this is the network what we are following. So we have a central computer system. So for this central computer system, all the data of a budget or a equipment or a technology or a planning or the drawings or that is directly connected. On the other hand, all the manager, whether he is a project manager or the purchase manager or a construction manager or marketing manager or somebody, administration, all that will be directly linked. From the other end, direct data to the computer system will be done. Data feedback through the workstations will be done. Whatever weekly work you are doing, that will be connected to the station, and the data feed through the remote workstations, so that all central you are going to get it, the inputs for the central computer. So that central computer who is going to control this is the director or the managing director who is sitting, or the project manager in some cases, to whomever you are giving the authority of updating, knowing all the information of the project. So you might have heard the newsletter of the college. Now, earlier the newsletter was getting released yearly once, or maybe 6 months in once. Now they have come up with e-spectrum. So monthly a newsletter means the updates, the achievements of the students as well as faculties, or the placements or any achievements of the students as well as the faculty will be given in the newsletter. Such kind of real-time updates through the newsletter or the short-term release of the documentation also will be fed into the computer, so that you will get updated. So that needs to be done through the real-time information processing system. How you are going to get your results? We are following some set of formatted channel, so that maybe the continue or the DHI. So whoever is taking the subject, that marks will be fed. So it is going to the department, from the department centrally. At last, it reaches the students on the other end through the results of what is the performance of the student at that particular subject or at that particular semester. So here, similarly, all the inputs will be sent. So that will give you the status and completion of the project. So all the data will be centrally there at the central computer system, so that it helps you to go through the information whenever, whatever the time it is required. So for that we are using now. Earlier it was a new thing for the projects to establish and all. Now this is part and parcel of each event, whether it is an event or a project or a business or a hospitals. So it is we are moving towards the digitalization. So this is part and parcel of any of the function, any of the events which are taking place. Only thing that depends on which software or which channel you want to go with, that depends on the decision factor of the director or the project manager. Okay, is it clear? So you are already familiar with such kind of digitalization, data collection and data updation and data processing. So any systems you will be able to use it. So this is communication and the real-time information system processing. Again, these two are any queries in this? So the next part in this unit is your construction company and design company. That I will start in Friday's class. Again, I will keep the Saturday's class as for a case study discussion. So those who are not completed their case studies, so you can take up that as a course seminar topic itself. So anyhow, you need to submit the course seminars, so the Saturday's class, whoever is now one or two batches, you need to come up with the case studies of your own interesting topic, so that becomes your seminar topic also, and we will be discussing some of the case studies also. Okay, so any doubts in this? Anything you want to discuss apart from this, or shall I conclude my today's class? Yes, ma'am, not visible. 3 o'clock. Okay, no problem. Anything you want to know about this? As I told earlier, this system was a new, they need to adopt the system, but now it is a must. You need to digitalize your events or the functions, everything need to be put in a digitalized systems. So the control system is a must. So it is a part and parcel of any of the small scale event or a projects or whatever need to be done, so that it becomes handy and it gives you all the information. So the coordination becomes very easy. You will get updated with whatever the information is required for you. Okay, shall I conclude my today's class? Next class I'll start with DM company and CM company. These two again are important questions as a fifth unit is concerned. What you need to discuss here in fifth unit is what is direction, coordination and communication, and what is a communication, and what is your performance indicators, and today what we have discussed, the information processing system through the computers, as well as DM company and CM company, design company and a construction company. What exactly these are, we will discuss in a next class. I think so it is time up with this class. We will discuss this in a next class. Okay? Yes? Okay. Thank you. Thank you everyone.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. So do prepare for the case studies for the Saturday's class. Anyhow, you don't have your internals. I'm giving you this itself becomes your seminar topic. Okay, do prepare for case studies. N number of case studies are available on the Google according to your interest, according to your comfort. You can select any of the case studies. Okay, done. Thank you.